Hello everyone and welcome back to Double Sleeved. Today we're doing the deck idea for the upcoming green BROLY deck. It's a heavily extra card focused deck compared to some of the other ones that we've seen. We've seen a lot of extra card decks like Invoker running around and things like that. Been a while since we've seen Invoker running around, I should say, but it relies a lot on extra cards and it does a lot of interesting things that we haven't really seen before in a green deck. Starting off with the leader, we'll go over the unawakened side. We've got BROLY, standard 10k, activate main once per turn, discard one card from your hand, look at the top 7 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 green extra cards among them, place them in your hand and then shuffle your deck. Awaken when your life is at 4 or less, or you have 2 or more energy and there are 5 or more extra cards under this card. You may draw a card, switch one of your energy to active mode and then flip this card over. Standard 15k on our awakened side. When this card attacks, draw 1, place up to 1 green extra card from your hand under this card, and then add up to 1 green extra card from your drop to your Z energy, which is pretty unique to be able to accumulate Z energy with these extra cards on our leader swing. Activate main once per turn, place 1 green extra card from your hand under this card, your opponent discards a card. So some great hand destruction or hand control built into the leader as well. Activate battle, place 1 green extra card from under one of your BROLY BR cards in the owner's drop, and choose up to one of your BROLY BR cards and it gets plus 5,000 power for the battle. So we're getting some use as well out of the extra cards to essentially combo with on our leader offensively or defensively rather than just having these dead extra cards everywhere. Moving into the deck, we've got True Power Awakened. It's a 1-drop extra card, permanent. If your leader is a green BROLY BR card and this card is under a BROLY BR card, you can activate this card's activate skills as in the same conditions as if it were in your hand. Activate main limit 1. If your leader is a green BROLY BR Z leader, your opponent may discard 2 cards from their hand. If they don't, during your opponent's next turn, the skill cost of activate main skills on their cards in their hand and battle area is increased by 1. A really interesting effect that may be useful against some decks, but not so much against others. A lot of cards do rely on a lot of autos, but there are a lot of decks that use activate main as well. So it's great to be able to force them to pay an extra energy. More likely or not, they'll just discard the cards. Activate main limit 1, place 1 green extra card from your hand under one of your green BROLY BR cards, send this card from your drop to your warp, and then we get to draw a card. So again, some more use of this card in the drop area, just being able to draw one when we need. Out of control power, same permanent. If it's under the BROLY BR, we can do the activate skill as if it was in our hand. Activate main / battle. If your leader is a green BROLY BR card and your opponent has 3 or more battle cards in play, choose one of your leader or battle cards. Choose all battle cards with power less than or equal to the chosen card and KO them. So a great board clear as well if we're able to power up our our leader or our battle cards, which we have some heavy hitters in this deck. 0 cost extra card, Control Rings Restraint. Activate main limit 1. If your leader is a green BROLY BR card, you may add 1 green extra from under your leader to your Z energy. If you do, and this card was placed from your hand in your drop, place this card from your drop under your leader. So a great way to accumulate Z energy for free as well, since we're not losing that extra card under our leader, since this card will replace it. Wishing to end the battle, a 1-drop extra card, counter attack if your leader is a green BROLY BR Z leader. Negate the attack. Additionally, you may place 2 extra cards from under one of your green BROLY BR cards in the owner's drop. If you do, your opponent can only attack 2 more times for the turn. If your leader is a green BROLY BR card and this card is under a BROLY BR card, you can activate this card's counter skill under the same condition as if it was in your hand. And we want to get to that Z leader as quickly as possible and essentially stay there to get this card online, just to be able to negate and limit our opponent's attacks. Training with Bar, a 1-drop extra card, also a counter attack. So if our leader is a green BROLY BR, when it's activated from our hand or under a card, we negate the attack and then add this card from the drop to our Z energy. Permanent, if your leader is a green BROLY BR card and it's under a BROLY BR, we can activate the counter as if it was in our hand. Another 0 cost extra card, Cunning Murder. So same permanent if it's under the BROLY BR, activate it as if it's in our hand. Activate main limit 1. if your leader is a green BROLY BR card and you choose one of your green Paragus BR cards, negate its skills for the turn, place it in its drop, and then look at the top 7 cards for 2 green extra cards and add them to underneath our leader. And Chili's Aid, another 0 cost extra. Same permanent, activate battle, limit 1. If your life's 4 or less, choose one of your green BROLY BR cards and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So later on, it's just being able to boost up our leader. Being able to get it to 20k just means that our opponent has to put a card in a lot of the time just to deal any damage. 1-drop BROLY Unrealized Ambition, an old card from set 6. Just to help us self-awaken. So when it's played from our hand, if our leader is a green Freezer's Army card, choose 2 cards from your life and add them to your hand. And when it's removed by a skill or KO'd, if your leader is a green Freezer's Army card, choose 1 or 2 life, add them to our hand, and then choose a green BROLY BR card, energy cost of 4 in our hand and play it, which we're not running, but you could find space for that card if you wanted to and run the old chain. But just a great way to self-awaken so that we can get to the 4 life and get to our Z leader. BROLY Bestial Rage, it's a 15k 3-drop. When it's played, draw 1 and choose one of our opponent's battle cards 5 or less and KO it. And when it attacks, it gets plus 10,000 power for the battle. At the end of the battle, place this card in the owner's drop and then add a green extra from our drop to our Z energy. And we've got to activate main, limit 1 for 1 green energy. If there are 4 or more extras under your green BROLY BR cards, play this card from your hand. So just a great way to KO, draw a card, and then swing with a 25k for 1 energy. Paragus Issuing Orders, it's a 1-drop 4k. When it's played from our hand, look at the top 5, add a green BROLY BR card or green extra card, shuffle the deck. If you add a green extra card to your hand, place up to 1 green extra card from your hand underneath one of your BROLY BR cards. And activate main, limit 1, send this card to the owner's warp at the start of your next turned main phase, play this card from your warp. Moving into some of the big heavy hitting BROLYs, we've got SS BROLY Full Power Frenzy. It's an 8-drop triple striker. Permanent, when this card would leave your battle area, you may place 5 extras from under this card under your leader instead. When it's played, place up to 7 extras from under your leader under this card and then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. And then activate main, limit 1 for 2 energy. If there are 10 or more cards underneath your green BROLY BR cards, play this card from your hand. We've got the 5-drop SS BROLY Villainous Threat. It's a deflect unique dual attacker with villainous, so if we play another villainous battle card or activate a villainous extra card, our opponent discards a card. When this card is played during our opponent's next turn, reduce the energy cost of the first extra card you activate from under one of your BROLY BR cards by 1 green, so making a lot of the extra cards in this deck free. When it attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. And we play it with the activate main for 2 green energy. If our opponent has 2 or more energy and there are 6 or more cards under our green BROLY BR cards, we play it from hand. Sun Gohan Latent Power Unleashed. It's a 25k deflect critical. When it's played, we KO a opponent's battle card and this card can't be KO'd by skills until the end of their next turn. 1 green, if your leader's green, when this card is added to your Z energy, choose one of your opponent's unisons and remove 3 markers from it, which is incredible. Activate main, limit 1, 2 energy. If our leader's green or master's teaching and our life's 4 or less, we get to play it from hand. An old BROLY Limits Transcended, another 8-drop. It's a 35k double striker, permanent. During battles where this card is attacking, your opponent can't activate counter skills with energy cost of 2 or more. Shuts out a lot of floodgates that are still running around, but a lot of extra cards that do cost 2, specifically things like the negate count, the blocker counters, and then we've got activate battle once per turn. Choose 1 card from your hand, place it in the drop, choose one of our opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it. Just some great barrier removal. Standard super combo. The secret rare, we are running the new Cell, which is the quad striker that you play for 1 energy, can't attack until turn 3, as opposed to this, which works really well with the Slumber Strike. When the Cell gets removed, I believe you remove all battle cards and unisons from our opponent's field, which We can remove it ourselves using the Slumber Strike. So it's a 1 cost extra card. If our leader's green, choose a battle card with an energy cost greater than or equal to your opponent's energy and KO it. Or choose an opponent's battle card 3 or less and KO it. So we can KO our Broly just to be able to take that extra life when we want to, or KO the cell to clear our opponent's field. Moving into the Z deck, we've got we've got the Z leader. It's for 1 green energy when our life's 4 or less, 2 Z energy. When this card attacks, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, place 2 green extra cards among them under one of your Broly BR cards, and this gets plus 10,000 power. Activate main once per turn for 1 green energy. If you have 4 or more energy, play up to 1 green Broly BR card with an energy cost of 8 from your hand, which is why we're running a couple of these different 8 drops, just to be able to pay 1 and play them from our hand is really good, especially when you have a 35k triple striker and a 25k double striker. And then we've got the Activate Battle. Place 1 green extra from under one of your Broly BR cards in the owner's drop. Choose one of your cards and it gets plus 5,000 power for the battle. So still a great way to use those extra cards as some kind of buff offensively and defensively onto our leader or our other cards if we need. Lemo Dependable Friend, a 1 energy, 1 Z energy Z battle card. If your leader is a green Broly BR and you place 1 green extra card from your hand under your leader, when this card is removed by a battle area by an opponent's skill, we get to draw 1. Activate main. If your leader is a green Broly BR card, during your opponent's next turn, reduce the energy cost of the first extra card you activate from under one of your Broly BR cards by 1 green. Frieza Resurrected Ambition, 15k Deflect Double Striker. When it's played, choose one of our opponent's battle cards 5 or less and KO it, and auto once per turn, place 1 of your Z energy in the owner's drop. When one of your other green battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or more attacks, your opponent discards a card. And then we've got Jiren, the Immovable, 2 energy, 2 Z energy, deflect 15k. When it's played, choose up to one of your green battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less, and it can't be removed by opponent's skills until the end of your next turn. Activate main, limit 1, place any number of Z energy cards in the owner's drop. Choose up to one of your opponent's unisons, remove a marker from it for each Z energy placed in the drop by this skill, which is going to be quite a bit with all the extra cards that we can get into our Z energy. Additionally, if you place 2 or more Z energy in the drop by the skill, it gets plus 10,000 power and double strike, making it a 25k double striker, which is pretty good, especially when we're removing markers off our opponent's unisons. But definitely a unique deck, a lot of interesting extra cards that you can play around with to kind of remove and things like that, especially when you have effects that lower the I guess they need to be underneath the Broly BR card, but I was thinking about the Cell's Earth Destroying Kamehameha, but they do need to be activated from hand, so some interesting synergy nonetheless with the extra cards that we have, and some great battle cards that work well with the Z Leader. But as always, if you have some cards that you think I might have missed, be sure to leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, and we appreciate anyone that subscribes to the channel. Until then, we'll see you next time.